Have you ever bought something online only to realize later that you didn't actually want it? Or maybe you signed up for a free trial, forgot to cancel, and suddenly your bank account was lighter. You might think it was your mistake, but it wasn't. You were played. This wasn't a coincidence. It wasn't bad luck. It was designed. The truth is, there are hidden traps built into everyday apps, websites, even conversations, psychological tricks engineered to make you say yes when you really mean no. And the scariest part, these tricks are so effective that even the smartest, most skeptical people fall for them. Tonight, we're going to expose the world of dark patterns, manipulation tactics that control your behavior without you even noticing. And once you see them, you'll never unsee them again. Stay with me until the end, because I'll reveal not just how they trap you, but how you can turn the same psychology to your advantage. The hidden world of dark patterns. Dark patterns aren't random marketing gimmicks. They are the weapons of influence used by billion-dollar companies, politicians, and master manipulators. Take this example. You're shopping online. The site flashes a red timer. Only 2 left in stock. Your heart races. You panic, thinking you'll miss out. So you hit buy. Later, you come back, and strangely enough, the item is still only 2 left. That's a dark pattern called false scarcity. They hijack your survival brain, making you think you'll lose something valuable if you don't act fast. And it works. Amazon, airlines, even your local ticket booking site use it daily, but it goes deeper. There are subscription traps, those free trial cancel anytime hooks that are purposely hidden behind 10 clicks when you try to unsubscribe. Even government sites, banks, and hospitals design interfaces to confuse you into taking actions you wouldn't take if the process was clear. The psychology behind it, humans hate uncertainty. When things are confusing, we go with the default choice, and the default is usually the one that makes them more money, not you. The traps that bypass your rational mind. What makes dark patterns terrifying is that they bypass logic. They exploit the primitive layers of your brain. Fear, reward, urgency, shame. Think about social media platforms. Ever notice how they use endless scrolling instead of page numbers? That's no accident. Psychologists call it a variable reward system, the same trick casinos use. Your brain gets a dopamine hit every time you refresh, never knowing what's coming next. That uncertainty keeps you hooked longer than you intended. Or consider the forced consent trick. You try to download a simple file, but the site says, by clicking next, you agree to receive promotional emails. You don't want the spam, but you want the download, so you comply. One small compromise. That's all it takes. These patterns don't just control your clicks, they condition your behavior, slowly, subtly, until your choices aren't really yours anymore. And the worst part, once you're aware of one pattern, you start to notice dozens. Pop-ups asking, are you sure you want to exit? With a guilt-inducing button that says, no thanks, I don't like saving money. That's not marketing, that's psychological warfare. Why even smart people fall for them? Now here's the burning question. If these tricks are so obvious once explained, why do intelligent people, CEOs, engineers, even psychologists, still fall for them? The answer lies in cognitive biases. Authority bias. When a platform looks official, we assume it's trustworthy. FOMO effect. Fear of missing out pushes us to act against better judgment. Decision fatigue. After hundreds of small daily decisions, your brain takes shortcuts, accepting defaults without thinking. Dark patterns exploit these biases ruthlessly. In fact, a Harvard Business Review study showed that 90% of people who fell into online subscription traps were college-educated professionals. Intelligence doesn't protect you because these patterns don't attack your IQ, they attack your instincts. Here's the chilling truth. Being smart might make you more vulnerable. Why? Because you overestimate your immunity. You think, I won't fall for this, which makes you less cautious and, ironically, more likely to slip. That's why casinos love targeting high-earning professionals. They believe they're too rational to be manipulated, and that arrogance is their blind spot. Flipping the script, using dark patterns for power. So how do you defend yourself? Awareness is the first weapon. Once you recognize the trap, it loses half its power. But the real game changer is this. You can flip the script. For example, the next time someone tries false scarcity on you, use it back. When negotiating, say, I've only got 2 offers on the table and I'll be choosing soon. That same pressure they use against you, you can turn into leverage. Or, in social situations, silence is often used as a manipulation tool, but you can flip it. Instead of filling the silence nervously, hold it, make them feel the pressure. Suddenly, you're the one in control. Even branding yourself online can use the psychology of dark patterns ethically. Instead of endless self-promotion, you create strategic scarcity, limiting access, offering exclusivity, building demand. The same tricks that trap the masses can elevate you if used consciously. The lesson? It's not about rejecting manipulation entirely. It's about mastering it so you can recognize when it's used against you and wield it to carve your own advantage. Now you know the truth. Dark patterns are everywhere. They're not accidents. They're not bad design. They are intentional psychological traps, and you've probably fallen for them dozens of times this year alone without realizing. But here's the challenge. What will you do with this knowledge? You could go back to scrolling endlessly, clicking accept without reading, living as prey in someone else's psychological game. Or you could sharpen your perception, start spotting these patterns instantly, and take back control. The world runs on hidden influence. The question is, will you keep being the one influenced, or will you finally step into the role of influencer? The choice is yours. And if you want more unfiltered insights into the shadow side of psychology, hit subscribe. Stay dangerous, stay untouchable. Until next time.